So I should ask the Guardians of Guthix. The trick will be getting them all in one place at a time. That part, at least, is fairly simple. The world's factions are all meeting to discuss their responses to this new threat. The Guardians of Guthix are no exception. We've received word that they're meeting by the Tree of Balance, southeast of Varrock. But the edicts of Guthix have been kept secret for millennia. Relatively speaking, I've been a Guardian for all of 5 minutes. Will they trust me? I didn't even get invited to the meeting. You're a mortal being imbued with the divine power of Guthix himself, yes? I suppose I am. The thing about divine energy is that it can't be created or destroyed. It never really stops being part of the god it came from. Guthix may not be here, but he lives on, in you and in each of the other Guardians. You share an immutable bond, one that, with any luck, will garner some empathy and understanding. Speak with your fellow Guardians. I'm sure they'll listen. If anyone can convince them of this, it's you. Oh, when you get there, just speak to the Tree of Balance. It'll direct you to the meeting. Thanks for everything, Adrastea. I understand it's a fraught thing to say these days, but for what it's worth, Saradomin's light go with you. Right. Well, let's do this. That looks like it. Don't remember this being here, though. Certainly looks familiar, though. Hello? Ah, World Guardian. The others will be glad of your arrival. One moment. Everyone. World Guardian, it's good that you're here. We've been trying to contact you, but to no avail. The problem of Zamorak's demonic incursion affects everyone. I'd be glad to have your thoughts. Okay, Guardians. I'm here to ask you for help. Zamorak is summoning demons which present a deadly threat to the people of this world. The only way to stop them is to remove him, but the other gods don't like their chances. If we could re-establish the edicts of Guthix, we could banish them. This is long overdue. Gielinor must return to the hands of mortals. First, we need to find out whether it's even possible. Such an act. This power is not for the likes of us. I have seen the death that the gods and their machinations have wrought. It is hard to imagine that this knowledge could possibly make things worse. Even if we did consider this, what chance is there that we will succeed? We each hold some small part of the necessary information, but as far as I know, none of us has the power to execute it. World Guardian. Unique element. Uncharted power. Possible catalyst. Catalyst? What do you mean? Together, we Guardians hold the collective knowledge of the edicts, but there is another element required. A physical aspect. Theory. Guthix chose one to replace him. Not us. Process of elimination. World Guardian is missing element. Could serve as vessel for collected knowledge. Divination capable. Absorbs knowledge from other Guardians. Then enacts. Wait. I'd have to cast the edicts myself? Knowledge. Guthix's legacy. Combined in World Guardian. Together. May be enough. This is a lot to take in. If Ocellus is correct, we Guardians would need to surrender part of what Guthix bequeathed to each of us personally. Even to agree to this, we would need to put our complete trust in you, a mortal who has fraternized with the very gods we seek to stop. First, must test World Guardian affinity. Attempt passing on of knowledge. If it frees us of Zamorak's tyranny, I will part with what I was left. Very well. It is time. The knowledge I hold is yours, World Guardian. I'm ready if you are. So be it. Let us begin. What? So, did it work? I think we have it. I scarcely believed it was possible. But this could work. We could reestablish the edicts like this, with the World Guardian as the key. Theory complete. Next, practice. Yes, the results of a misstep here could be, well, far beyond my capacity to handle. So we test it. Perform a trial run. Juna? Yes, my apologies. It is just strange to hear such inscrutable things spoken of as if they were simple experiments. Next, we must find an appropriate site. Ideally, we would use the Sword of Edicts in the wilderness, the location of Guthix's original casting. Not possible. It's crawling with Zamorakian cultists. Find way in later. For now, discretion. We must find an alternative site for our tests, then. One suffused with divine power, but stable enough that the ritual might be seen through safely. Where that might be, though, I have no good way of saying. Could we ask Saradomin? He once held the crown archival. If of anyone in Gielinor, he would have the best sense of its magical topography. And if he's aligned with our purposes, as he says, he should have no qualms about assisting. Go then, and report back to Saradomin. Guthix is no longer here. Mortals are the authors of Gielinor's fate now. Let us write a fitting foreword. Right. Adrastea tells me you have sought out the guardians of Guthix. I trust you were successful? I was. Well, I found them at least. And we believe we may be able to reinstate the edicts of Guthix. I see. It has come to this, then. We have discussed our plan. The edicts will be enacted. Then, Armadillo and I will eject Zamorak from the world. I trust we still have this accord. So, about that. The Guardians collectively hold the knowledge required to cast the edicts, but they can't do it themselves. Go on. The Guardians' task was only to hold the information on the edicts. Only Guthix's anointed representative on Gielinor can cast the spell itself. That's the World Guardian. So, me. You? With all due respect, the edicts must involve energies far beyond anything any mortal has ever wielded. Hey, I won't pretend I'm not terrified at the thought. But this needs to be done, and I'm the only one who can. What's more, I've stopped the Grand Revision. I've stood on the precipice of Erebus. How about you give me a chance? This isn't some opportunity to show off. Do you have any idea how utterly catastrophic a misstep could be? And not just for the gods, for the world. We're planning a series of test rituals to see what I can do, and I won't be alone. The other Guardians will be there. Juna, Faluda, Viara. Fine. Then what can I do to help? For the tests, I need to find an appropriate site. Yes, it would be necessary to find somewhere with appropriately clement magical conditions. I was hoping you might know such a place. The Crown Archival allowed me to divine the presence of elder artifacts. It was also useful for lesser scrying. For finding caches of treasure left by ancient gods? For uncovering the secrets of long-dead civilizations lost for millennia? More like the divine equivalent of losing one's keys. I have missed the convenience it once afforded me, and have since designed a simple device for performing such mundane functions. I shall take great care of this, and when I am done, keep it. I have plenty of them. Oh, so, how does it work? On activation, it will permanently attune itself to that which you currently seek. Keep your goal firmly in mind. Try to make sure you aren't craving a... On activation, it will permanently attune itself to that which you currently seek. Keep your goal firmly in mind. Try to make sure you aren't craving a sandwich or anything. The scanner will lead you to a likely destination. If incorrect, it will recalibrate to another on arrival. This may take a few attempts. It must also be on Gilinor's surface, otherwise it will not work. Note that it is of no further use once your goal is reached, and may be discarded. And there we have it. The device is crude, but it should serve your purpose. Still, this is incredible. Yes, we gods have our uses. Some of us even want the best for this world, despite everything. I ask that you remember this as you do what must be done. Now go, and leave me with my thoughts. Yes, thank you, Zaradomin. Thank me by stopping Zamorak, by saving Gilinor. Guess I'll head to Varrock to start. Now then. Right. Here goes. I think I know where it's pointing to. Yes, of course. This would be the perfect place, wouldn't it? World Guardian. Demeanor, urgent. Cross-reference, military threat, and socio-political unrest. Awaiting request for assistance. We're looking for a location to test the Edicts of Guthix ritual. The Hall of Memory seemed a likely spot, given its concentration of divine energy. Sure enough, Saradomin's compass sent me here. Hall of Memories as compatible location, plausible assumption. Analysis. Stability optimal. Divine energy insufficient. Recommendation. Continue search. I see. Thank you, Archivist. Alrighty. Yeah, that'd be the fastest route. This feels like the right place. What's that, Wisp? It's green? Hmm? Identifying. World Guardian. Welcome. Um, hello. World Guardian. State purpose. I need a place to test the new Edicts of Guthix. Saradomin's compass led me here, so... Simulating. Data limited. Extrapolation. Divine energy. Sufficient. Stability. Inadequate. Could we at least try? Projection. World Guardian. Fatal corporeal inversion. Extensive viscera cleanup required. Let's, try somewhere else then. Hmm. The Lost Grove. Let me see. Been a while since I've been here. Alright, onwards. Hmm? Wrong way. Hmm. I don't believe we've met. Who goes there? Know that you face Keeper Merithiel of the... Easy. I'm not here to fight. Oh, the World Guardian. My apologies. I am someone on edge of late, given the increased demonic activity. The Grove Guardian patrols the area, so it is unlikely that we would suffer an incursion. Nonetheless. But enough of my concerns. How may I assist you today? I am searching for a test site for a magical ritual. I've been led here by a device given to me by Saradomin. I'm hoping that this is the place we need. I see. I see. Ordinarily, I would be against this. The edicts can potentially banish all gods, and my people rely on Lady Saren's grace to survive. That said, of late it seems we were abandoned by our goddess, and that visitor from Tardiad, Angoff was it? She has promising leads for our survival. Perhaps we are better off without. So, may we test the ritual here? Yes. It is time we took our fates into our own hands. The Lost Grove is yours to use. It has sufficient primal energy for such a ritual, and a divine equilibrium to enact it with minimal risk. Maybe even the madness you propose is possible here. I shall put out the word to the Guardians to join us here. The Lost Grove will play host to them. Thank you, Merithiel. Your fellow Guardians await you below. When you are ready, I can send you down into the grove to join them. Yes, please, send me in. World Guardian, speak to me when you are ready. Welcome, World Guardian. We are assembled, but there is still some preparation needed. We still need to test objects to use within the ritual. These will ascertain the effect the real ritual we have on the gods. Acellus has called in some old contacts and has arranged for suitable items to be gathered. I've just got here. Is there no way you could have, let me know earlier? Required items not commonly available. Sources value anonymity. Time required. Alternative is disposal of messengers. Quicker. Unsustainable. I see. Where do I get this stuff then? We have been dealing with an intermediary, the Kinshra Requisitions Officer, Isara. She's been holding them for us until we could confirm the location. A Kinshra? You want me to walk into a Black Knight base and deal with a Zamorakian even with everything that's happened? Isara has made a long, lucrative career out of tactical ignorance. She is able to procure almost any item and asks no more questions than she needs to. I assure you, she can be trusted. Please speak to her in the Kinshra base beneath Taverley and arrange the delivery. Radio. Now then. I was beginning to wonder if you'd show up. Hope the guards didn't give you too much grief on the way in. So, you're Ocellus' friend. How is the old bag of tentacles? He's unsettling. You know, the usual. He's come up with some weird requests before, but divine birds? Divine. Fortunately, they like the dark. I popped some food in there from not long ago. I'll, leave you to change the paper. Great. Thanks. Look, I try not to ask questions. What you do with these is your business, but... Buttermilk marinade. Plenty of salt and pepper. Square of lemon, some fresh garlic and hairlander. Straight on the grill. I'll, let Ocellus know. Be sure you do. Pleasure doing business as always. Right. Yeah, so, off we go to make some divine Cornish game hens. See ya. You have the items, then. I can scarcely believe we are doing this, but it is time. I can hardly believe it myself. We're reenacting the edicts? In the Grove, there is not sufficient power to actually complete the ritual to establish the edicts. only a scaled-down facsimile. Nonetheless, we must take care. I propose that we test the ritual in 3 stages, starting out with 4 runes, then 5, then 6. The effigies placed in the center each resonate with the power of its represented god or divine being. They should show the effect that the real ritual will have when the time comes. We're banishing live birds? That's terrible. I've got sort of attached to them. You are correct, of course. To banish a creature without means of survival would be cruel. These rare birds, however, have an inherent homing trait that sends them back to their world of origin, should they be exposed to chaotic teleportation magic. Since we needed living matter, I requested them specifically, and at considerable expense. In dire times, holding on to our ethics is what sets us apart from our enemies. Now, the ritual itself should be relatively simple. Take materials from the cart and build the platforms. Start with 4. We'll increase this as we progress. To prepare, gather divine energy from the springs and craft Guthixian runes. These aren't physical objects, but will be made available to you when you need them. Add the runes to the platforms, then initiate the ritual at the center of the grove. You must complete 3 words for each ritual. Experiment, observe the results, and find the words needed to complete the rituals. We have combined our knowledge of the runes into this journal. Hopefully it will help with the rituals. Good luck. I'm here should you require further advice. Right. Enough. Wow. How do you feel, World Guardian? It's hard to describe. It was definitely starting to work, though. I could feel the threshold at which it would start to work. From reaching that point, I could tell the ritual would only affect entities over a certain power level. True gods. That bears out. We had a surfeit of near-godlike entities in place of the real thing during the 5th Age. Not gods, pretense only, power to sway the weak of mind. So even if we succeed, we still have powerful immortals to wrangle on Gielinor. Maharat, demigods, that cabbage thing. Yes, all will remain when we succeed. Good. We have tested the foundations of the ritual. Now we must take it further. Place the effigies of the gods in the circle, then attempt the ritual with 1 more rune. 5 in total. Take care, World Guardian, and good luck. Stop. Enough. The energies involved here, even for this weakened ritual, they're incredible. Once they're in motion, there's nothing much I can do to stop them. I will be able to start the ritual and complete the spell, that's for certain. But I won't be able to control it beyond that, only let it run its course. Guthix had millennia of experience wielding the power that he did. It's not surprising that only he had the control to do so with precision. No cherry-picking, then. All the gods, or none of the gods. As I suspected, when we complete this, all gods who have not already left Gielinor will leave, whether they want to or not. I fail to see how that's a problem. Surely by doing so we fulfill Guthix's wishes. Who's, going to break this news to Sarah Dahlman? Rather you than me. It is time, World Guardian. We will now try the ritual with the full 6 runes. This will take it to the brink of completion, as far as the power of this place will allow. This time, for control, we need an effigy representing Guthix, although obtaining one will be no small task. Guthix's death changed a lot of things. His energy spread far and wide, suffusing Gielinor. Aye, the energy harnessed by diviners has only a trace of Guthix's essence. To create what we need here, you'd need relatively large amounts. There is no discrete focal point in Gielinor that could functionally represent him, except perhaps the World Guardian. Me? Yes. I suppose the World Guardian would be the most concentrated vessel of Guthix's power in the world. You are the closest thing to Guthix that walks Gielinor. That's great, but I'm out here performing the ritual. How are we going to... Ocellus? What is this? How did you... Is that my hair? There are times when knowledge is not power, World Guardian. When it's best not to ask. Agreed. When you are ready. Alright. One more time. Wait. World Guardian, snap out of it. What in the name of Guthix's great verdant posterior was that? I don't know, but I didn't like it. It felt like I was being turned inside out. Like part of me was being drained away. Yes. If you complete this ritual, we'll be gone forever. That means no more World Guardian powers. You'll be just a regular old human. Are you okay? What happened? Like last time. Once the spell was cast, I couldn't control it. It went beyond what it was meant to do. If I do this, Juna, it'll take my World Guardian powers. I see. And is that a sacrifice you're willing to make? If that's what it takes to stop Zamorak, of course. Also, I get the impression it's what Guthix would have wanted. Then you are honored for all time. A guardian of Guthix in name and result, if not in power. Thank you, Juna. That means something at least. Now, I must ask that you report back to Saradomin on our findings. Best that he hears the news from you. Indeed. He won't be able to stay. None of them will. I've gotten used to their presence. And used to what I had, but Zamorak took it a step too far. How fitting. Where'd he go? World Guardian, you're back. Where is Saradomin? I need to speak with him. He's out leading the defense against the demons. I'll send word to him. No need. I am here. Armadil, Azanadra, and I have been holding against the onslaught, but the tide is endless. What of the edicts? Were your tests successful? Essentially, yes. The Guardians were able to pass their knowledge of the edicts on to me. I understand the ritual and how to enact it. We enacted a scaled-down version of the ritual and tested its results upon accordingly resonant divine objects. And I can do it. I can cast the ritual. I trust you tested it rigorously. What were your findings? The ritual was designed only to work on beings with a certain concentration of divine energy, so it'll have no effect on demigods, Maharat, that sort of thing. But it will affect Zamorak. Our plan will work. Yes and no. Oh? Explain. The energies of the spell are staggering. My powers let me cast the spell without being destroyed, but I am not Guthix. I can't moderate the effect the way he did. What do you mean? I mean that I can set the spell going, but I can't control it. The edicts I cast won't just stop gods re-entering Gielinor. They'll banish them. What? Yes! The plan could still work. We gods could leave, imprison Zamorak. You could reverse the spell. Sorry, but no. Once I cast the spell, my World Guardian powers go with it. It's strictly a one-time thing. Father. No! This will not come to pass! There's too much to be done! Too many iniquities to... On the contrary, this solves the greatest iniquity of all. You boast incessantly about integrity and honor, and now that you're finally in a position to make amends, you hide behind the same feeble excuses. Calandia, you have said time and time again that you are willing to do what is necessary. For once, Saradomin, be a man of your word. Shut up! I have tried everything to broker productive discourse between you and my father. We have offered every concession, and you have thrown him in our faces. Of course, nothing will ever forgive the suffering you have endured, but you nurse your bitterness and hatred with such miserable, self-centered... She is right, Adrestea. But... Peace, dear one. Neither you nor anyone else need make excuses for me ever again. What are you saying? Zamorak. Zamorak revels in his own depravity and tyranny. But despite his purported forthrightness, there is one secret he holds close. One thing he could never admit. I am as responsible for his actions as he is. That is ridiculous, Father. Zamorak feeds on rivalry, craves conflict and adversity. And what greater rival has he than I? While I hold true to my ideals, I can only fan those flames. And without my ideals, I am nothing. So establish your edicts, World Guardian. Zamorak will be cast from this world, and I with him. He wants war, so shall he have it. The firmament shall tremble with every blow we deal one another, and our battles shall echo through eternity. But this world will be safe. Admirable sentiment. But even in his absence, Zamorak's forces will remain a threat to Gielinor. Grave threat indeed. But I leave this world in the most capable of hands. Don't worry. I've got this. I didn't mean you. Oh. We must inform the other gods in person. I will summon them to the Empyrean Citadel. Meet us there, quickly. Every moment away from the front, more of my people die. I can't. Please. Please, Rainspire, do not delay. Meet my father and the other gods at the Citadel as soon as you can. We're not going inside? I don't know about you, but I have no taste for theatrics. There is a time and a place for it. Your cities are burning, Saradomin, and you have called me away from their defense. We don't have time to waste. What is this about? This is the World Guardian's plan. They can explain when they get here. I'm here. Adventurer, it seems my celebration after your defeat of the Elder Gods was premature. Let me get straight to the point. I can re-establish the Edicts of Guthix. We banish Zamorak. He's trapped off-world, which cuts off the flood of demons. Clever. There's a catch. Guthix controlled the edicts very precisely, presumably so that he could offer you a choice to leave of your own will. I remember. I don't have that control. If I go ahead with the ritual, all the gods will be banished. Immediately? I don't think so. It'll take time. But once you're gone, you won't be able to return. I see. And you have agreed to this, Saradomin? Yes. On reflection, this is the only course available to us. Why are you telling us? Because it affects all of you. Surprising to see the all-knowing Saradomin consulting with others. This is bigger than me, than all of us. Besides, if I'm going to be trapped out there with you, I'd rather not start as enemies. So what say you? Does the World Guardian have your assent? Of course. Gielinor would be better off without our interference. Ixlarin? It has little effect on me. I will simply return to the underworld as I did last time. If you want my opinion on the plan, I will say this. I serve a purpose on this world. The rest of you have brought nothing but chaos and death. And any course that sees too fewer Maharat traders befouling my home is a good one. Charming. Azanadra? Assuming I even qualify as a god. He does. You do. It is my duty to shepherd the Empire. That Empire is gone, thanks to Zamorak. It is my duty to watch over Zaros' followers. They are few, thanks to Zamorak. It is my duty, and my pleasure, to oppose Zamorak in any capacity I can. To transform his moment of triumph into yet another defeat. Yes, you have my blessing. Are you doing it now? No. The edicts can only be re-established at the Edicts Monument, deep in the wilderness. Ah, exactly where Zamorak has fortified himself. Zamorak has shielded the entire crater. I tested it myself. We need to get the World Guardian inside the shield. My people will find a way. Whatever small resources we have are yours. I will have Trindine make contact with Adrastea. Do we attack Zamorak together? We cannot. Even with the power we absorb from the eggs, the fight would be a long and grueling one. In the meantime, his demons will kill everyone. Yes, I see the problem. I will face Zamorak. I will face Zamorak. Alone if I have to. Is that possible? A mortal against a god? I'm not so sure about this. I defeated Jas. I fought Saren and lived. I survived the Great Revision itself. I am the World Guardian. Go team! Survival is one thing, but to defeat Zamorak himself? That's quite another. I don't need to defeat him. I just need to hold him off until I can perform the ritual and banish him. Indeed. Go then. Make what preparations you can. You'll be contacted when we've found a way inside the shield. We have a plan. I can wait no longer. Until we meet again, adventurer. May Zaros protect you. I must return to my people. Well, Zamorak, are you feeling confident? Not even slightly. Do you have a plan? No more so than usual. Oh dear. I'll go in, probably wing it, figure it out as I go along. Yes, that's what I thought. Back when we first met, well, I didn't think it would end this way. Should we not meet on the overworld again? Well, I meet everyone in the underworld eventually. Farewell, adventurer. Quest complete! What? Where are the rewards? The quest's not over. What? The next update is going to be a boss fight against Zamorak. Right? And what's going to happen during the fight? Actually, can we... That's better. That thing is so confining. So, as I was asking, we're going to reestablish the edicts and banish him. If we win, anyway. But then what happens to us? Well... Oh. That's right. No more World Guardian powers. And no more us. Because we're the manifestation of the World Guardian powers. Oh. That's what you guys are? Of course. I represent the Shadow Anima being conducted through the monolith. And I'm the, regular anima from the monument. I was sure you were the disembodied presence of Sliske. Or I was going crazy. Could you not have told me this earlier? Mystery. But why do you look like Sliske? Because when Guthix struck all these powers into you, he needed that cheeky chappie's mastery of the Shadow Realm to do it. That was the whole plan with his death. The light knowledge of Guthix and the dark knowledge of Sliske combined. Shouldn't you look like Guthix then? I guess. Anyway, why did you interrupt my quest completion? Well, if we're going anyway, do you really want the boss fight being interrupted with dialogue? Maybe. No, you don't. I thought you might like to say your goodbyes now while we still have time. Oh. Yes. Goodbye. I'll miss you both so much. Goodbye. Happy voice in my head. Aren't you going to say goodbye? Better not to exist than to hang around with you two. I'll be glad to see the backs of both of you. Oh. You're not even a little bit sad? Okay. Maybe a little. Goodbye. Goodbye, kinda mean honestly voice in my head. Okay. Can I do it? One last time. No fake outs? I promise. Quest complete! Well then. Till next time. It's time to end it.